Okay, Pesach, is not a walk in the park, Rabotai. Pesach is very extensive. Isu Chametz it's karet. Where we're talking about the mitzvah of Chametz, and how the obligation is the night before Pesach, on the 14th of Nissan, we are all obligated to look and destroy the Chametz. Not just look and find the Chametz, or not just look for the Chametz, but rather look and destroy the Chametz, meaning that if you look for it hard enough, you will find it. You'll find it. And of course, a person has to say a specific blessing before he looks for the Chametz. He has to make sure that he's not busy playing with his phone, talking online, text messaging, not even watching a shiur Torah. When you're looking for the Chametz, it has to be serious business. Surely you can make it entertaining for the kids, have some flashlights, make sure that everybody's is enjoying the whole process. But nonetheless, it is a very serious job. So much so that if you look at some of the stories of the tzaddikim and how they looked for chametz, literally they would not, if they knew that there was something, they would not let it go until they found it, even if that meant they had to look until 3-4 o'clock in the morning. It's important for us to know that the looking and destroying the chametz is critical. And then the next day, of course, we have to burn the chametz. It's a blessing that you have to say. And as I always tell you guys, many times it's much more important for you to understand what you're saying than simply reading it. When it comes to learning Torah, more times than not, it's important for you to understand what you're learning versus just reading it in the holy language. I know that people that are new to Judaism, whether it's converts or Baalei Tshuva, exert a lot of energy learning the language, and I think it's from my experience and from what I've learned, it's really a wasted effort. It's a mitzvah from the Satan, simply because it's much more important for you to know the laws, to know what you need to do in this world, much more than it is for you to learn the language itself, even though the language does have a benefit. We're not minimizing the benefit of knowing the Hebrew language, but if you compare the benefit and the priority of learning what the Torah actually has to say, the halachot, the Mussar, the weekly Torah portion, the Gemarot, all the Jewish thinking, ideology, versus knowing the language, the two cannot compare. The two cannot compare. And if you had, let's say, especially if you're a person that's a Baal Habayit, you work, you can't learn Torah all day, you're not an Avrech, and you end up spending most of your day working, handling family issues, monetary issues, and you only could spare, let's say, an hour or two a day learning Torah. For you to spend anything more than 15 minutes a day on learning Hebrew language is literally Bitul Torah. Simply because, again, if you only have a couple hours a day and you're spending half of that time into learning the Hebrew language, then you are making a very, very serious mistake, because no one goes to heaven for knowing Hebrew. Some of the people that were most proficient in the Hebrew language are still in Gehenom and will never come out. Hebrew did not help them go to heaven. But knowing the halachot, knowing the what you're supposed to do is what brings people to heaven. So a person needs to know where to prioritize certain things. And the reason why I mention this is because the blessings that you're going to say when you're looking for the chametz, and especially when you're canceling the chametz, when you're canceling out the chametz after you've burned the chametz the day after, in the early afternoon, don't do it too late. Early afternoon, it has to be before chatzot. You have to say that blessing in your first language, in a language that you understand. Meaning, if you say the blessing, that cancels the chametz that you saw, and that cancels the chametz that you didn't find, and makes it all as if it's worthless and dust. If you say it in a language you do not understand what you're saying, you have not fulfilled the mitzvah, and you have a very, very serious problem on your hand. Okay? Pesach, it's not a walk in the park, Rabotai. Pesach is very extensive. Isu Chametz is karet. So it's important for us to know that to fulfill the mitzvot the right way and not have our ego get in the way of doing the will of Hashem. So now, looking for the chametz is a process of its own, but the sages tell us that we have to look and destroy the chametz, meaning that if we're going to look for it, we will find it, and thereby we will have to destroy it, because there's nothing good that you will find in the chametz, not in the physical one, and not in the in the spiritual one.